Hello again. It has been widely noticed that there is now little difference between the policies of the two main British political parties, the Conservatives and the Labour Party. The Labour Party hasn't changed dramatically, but under Rishi Sunak, the Conservative Party has moved so rapidly to the left that it seems to many people that they no longer represent the views of the average person who has in the past voted Conservative. To give one example, a major difference between the two parties has always been that Labour is in favour of high taxation to ensure generous public expenditure. By contrast, the Conservatives have preferred low taxes and less spending on public services. Under the present government, though, the tax burden is at its highest level since the end of the Second World War, and truly astronomical amounts are being spent on the National Health Service and the provision of social security benefits for the 9 million adults of working age in this country who do not work and are not looking for jobs. This is, to say the least of it, an odd way for a Conservative government to carry on. Another aspect of this is the fact that the Tories have always been less enthusiastic about immigration than Labour and taken steps to keep it in check. The present government, though, has overseen an enormous increase in immigration, especially legally authorised immigration from various parts of the world, including Hong Kong, India and Afghanistan. There seems to be no appetite at all for trying to reduce immigration. This is the kind of thing which we are used to seeing under a Labour administration, but it's slightly disconcerting to see a Conservative Prime Minister overseeing such a state of affairs. When we had a choice between Michael Foot and Margaret Thatcher in 1983, we knew that very different types of government would ensue if we selected one leader over the other. More recently, John Major and Tony Blair were very different leaders of two very different parties, and we knew in 1997 that which party we chose would make a great difference to the country. So similar are the two parties now in outlook, though, that many people, including me, feel that it makes no odds really whether we vote for Keir Starmer or Rishi Sunak. There really is no difference at all between the two political viewpoints of those men. Both will give us high levels of immigration. Both will make sure that taxes remain high. Keir Starmer is not a socialist and Rishi Sunak is not a Tory. They are both globalists who feel that an independent Britain is pointless and that we should simply make our country as much like other countries as possible, while importing lots of foreigners to help create an international atmosphere. I think that's a fair way of summing up their views. I am not at all keen on such an idea, so it seems to me to make little difference which of the two men I vote for. Sunak and his cronies are so awful and corrupt, though, that perhaps it is time to give Labour a chance. They can surely be no worse than the present government. It's not as though voting for one or the other of the two will bring down either taxes or immigration, is it? I can't help wondering if this is being done as a deliberate policy. Surely Rishi Sunak must know that he's wrecking the Tories. Is he doing it on purpose, or is he just so foolish that he genuinely doesn't realise what he's done since he became Prime Minister? Or is it some globalist plot that's aimed at destroying the only right-wing party in this country which has any chance at all of winning an election here?